to the Golden Lightworker. Today we're doing another direct channeling with the Elfian Realm. I earlier today filmed Warrior Witch Wednesday with the Flower of Inspiration, which I will link here for you to check that out. That came out on Wednesday, and this is coming out Saturday. Yay. I don't know what I'm gonna directly channel, but I was told that my direct channeling ability is in constant development, and how I was doing it when I filmed last Thursday was it's gonna feel different now that I've had a lot of these upgrades. So I was told to come armed with crystals and be as comfortable as I can possibly be. I was told the color frequency of green will aid me because this will have an influence on my heart chakra, because I learned that I have a direct connection to the Elfian Realm through my heart chakra, which is very interesting. I did learn a lot of things I didn't talk about that I learned before I did the previous direct channeling that I recorded. So this is gonna be fun. I don't know who's gonna come through because I kind of didn't have a conversation with them about who was gonna come through. I just felt like I needed to record. I did with the Flower of Inspiration energy, and that was a little bit different for me. But I don't know. I'm really feeling like spring and the energy of spring, and so maybe some earthy and elementals. But I'm gonna tune into that really quickly and see who wants to come through, because I felt like I needed to do this right now. Okay. And spring, the spring equinox is the 21st, and I do want to have a video coming out the 21st. Probably not going to be a direct channel. Maybe I will do a direct channeling with the Elfian Realm for the 21st. Maybe I'll do it on the 21st and have it come out the 21st, which will be fun for me, because I'm normally used to a lot of time, but you know, time. Really? Okay. Time. The time frequency elementals would like to step through. I said time and I heard myself say it, and I could hear them be like, "Ooh," and I guess that's because I need some cosmic energy coming through me right now as well. So yeah, let me tune into that. I don't know what they could possibly have to say. Yeah, we'll see. I will link, I did do a cosmic channeling that I have no idea what they said. I don't remember that at all. So, but I did do one with the cosmic that I will link to this video for you to check out. We love cosmic frequency Elfian elementals. They're of the highest frequency. One of the highest frequency Elfians that there are, and if you want to learn more about that, stay tuned for my book that is coming out soon. Okay. I am asking a time frequency Elfian elemental to make their presence known to me and to step through and communicate through me whatever you would like to share. Two of you would like to step through. Okay. Can you identify yourselves, please? Divine masculine, divine feminine. Divine feminine wants to talk about the Silver Age. Divine masculine wants to talk about the new Golden Age. Oh, the previous Golden Age. How it relates to the new Golden Age. Okay. Divine Feminine, talking about the Silver Age, may step through first. Is this Silver Age, correct? Okay. We will be discussing the current Silver Age, which we are in right now as a collective group, and I'm going to be letting that elemental step through and speak to all of you. Whenever you're ready. I'm a divine feminine energy. I'm a time frequency Elfian elemental with a strong connection to the silver color frequency and lunar energy, which is why I would like to speak about the current Silver Age that you were all in. I'm not going to elaborate much, but I would like to offer some insight. In this Silver Age is the relinquishing of old patterns of pasts, whether past lives, your past in this life, or any ley lines of the earth. There is also a repeat of what caused the fall of the previous Golden Age happening now, the experimentations and the wars. The best thing that you can do right now is give a call to lunar energy to start pouring into the earth. The divine feminine control has not yet happened, and when it does happen, that will be the peak of the Silver Age, and everything from that point onward will be the Silver Age, and will lead us to the new Golden Age, which will be a different transition. You as a collective group, humanity, and us as a system, are transitioning to the divine feminine control. It is getting very close, but we have to go past a war. The biggest test before you reach the divine feminine control is a war, because a war comes from the false masculine, and that is a different battle. Yes, you may. Communicator had an itch. She just keeps saying and saying, I have an itch, I have an itch. It's very, very fun. We've never had a physical form. No cosmic elementals have ever had a physical form, so we do not understand any of those concepts of how the physical form works. And it is a good thing that we've never had the physical form, so that our frequency may stay exactly as is and not be influenced by whenever we would have entered a physical form, as most of us are new or reached new ascended upgrades after the fall of Atlantis. Now back on track, we must move past the war. The war is the test of the false masculine. Even though it may seem hard now, the divine lunar energy can offer support. And so I would like to send to the collective group of humanity, on behalf of my fellow Elfians, on behalf of the lunar energy, I would like to use our communicators' healing ability of solar energy, switching out solar energy for lunar energy, and sending all over Earth the divine lunar energy, the divine feminine energy. We are offering healing and support to all inhabitants of Mother Gaia as we transition to the fifth dimensional status, away from the false masculine into the divine feminine. As a time frequency Elfian elemental, where my particular specialty is the Silver Age, I can sense now that we are on the cusp of reaching the peak of the Silver Age. And because we are there, because we are close, we must connect to the lunar energy. The upcoming full moons are going to breed and birth so much healing lunar energy, and breed and birth so much divine feminine energy of intuition and spirituality, that when the moonbeams hit the earth, it'll have a beautiful, soothing impact on the earth. We can sense that this is what is meant to happen, and that the transition to following the moon cycles as a way of keeping time is going to be an important shift for the collective of humanity. And start following the moon cycles. Because when you become attuned to the moon, you are becoming attuned to the divine feminine. Only after you and us and our system and Mother Gaia transition to the divine feminine control can we then switch to the new golden age of the true divine masculine creation. And to speak more on that, my friend who irradiates more in the divine masculine energy, who specializes more in golden ages, will speak through our communicator. Hello, I am radiating in divine masculine, and I specialize in golden. And our communicator, first thing she noticed when I stepped through to communicate was how much golden energy that I radiate on my own. She pointed out that we do have this red aura about us, but I have a golden hue that is more prominent than some of my fellow cosmic Elfians. I want to discuss the previous golden age and how it relates to the new one that we are going to be transitioning to sooner rather than later. The previous golden age fell because of a lot of negativity. We are in this test for the new golden age. Once we reach the peak control of the divine feminine and start coasting towards the end of the silver age, we will transition to the new golden age. We will have passed the massive test. The massive tests right now that are happening have to do with war and experimentation. The biggest one being experimentation, using fear and war to experiment on the souls of the inhabitants of Earth. There has been experimentation happening on the physical realm, and we can see that throughout the course of time, there has been experimentation happening to the physical form. What we can see now is that a lot of the experimentation is happening to the spiritual, mental, and emotional bodies of the inhabitants of Earth as a result of the fear surrounding war and health, the fear surrounding things of the 3D world that we're not supposed to take with us, or you're not supposed to take with you to the new golden age. That is the new age of experimentation that is happening right now. That actually a lot of the wars and a lot of the fightings and disagreements and even concerns about health is a different form of experimentation. While it may not appear to be physically happening to your bodies, it is happening to your mind, it is happening to your heart, and it is happening to your soul. And we can see that over the course of time, over these past few moon cycles of earthly time periods that you all follow the sun by, we can sense and see that the experimentation happening to the mental and emotional body is severe, and it's detrimental to the spiritual body, which is detrimental to the physical body and has an effect as to whether or not you will pass by the cusp and you will have the divine feminine control. In the cusp, which you guys are in the cusp right now, it is a curved cusp that you will be in for a few years, where you will be transitioning to divine feminine control. How soon you transition to divine feminine control is up to you, or if you do. Right now there is a if, because there are a lot of people who are falling prey to this experimentation that is happening and not really trusting their own intuition. Intuition comes from the divine feminine, and if you are not trusting your own intuition and your own inner guidance system within yourself, and you're not trusting the divine feminine within you, how do you all as a collective group of humanity expect the entire Earth, entire Mother Gaia, the entire population of the inhabitants of Earth to follow the divine feminine control if you cannot do it within yourselves? Because you as an individual soul are a reflection of not only how time really does work, but how the soul works, how ascension works, how the transition between ages work. You all go through that within your own development cycle. You all go through the different ages and the different periods and the different cycles within your development journey, not only in this lifetime, but in multiple different lifetimes. When you reach the golden age of your own development is when you have reached where you are supposed to be in your development, and you are radiating at the highest possible frequency that you can radiate while the earth is at the frequency that it is at. And a lot of people are radiating at the aquatic realm frequency. The aquatic realm moves at a faster pace than the human realm does, and as a result of that, they will always be a higher dimension than you by about 0.5 dimensional frequency, depending on how you measure the dimensional frequency transition periods. The aquatic realm is always higher. A lot of people are in sync with the aquatic realm right now, which helps them become in sync with the divine feminine control. Some people are transitioning even above the aquatic realm, where their frequency is above the aquatic realm, and because of that, they are helping to elevate the aquatic realm's frequency, which is causing a lot of different things to happen to the earth right now, when it is in terms of natural things, not in the things that are done by people. I am not the best Elfian to turn to about this concept. What I do know is that from the water Elfian elementals, what they have expressed to us when us as the Elfians all meet around the Flower of Inspiration and we all have these discussions every so on, they have expressed that a lot of hurricanes and a lot of water weather events have been happening as a result of two different things: as a result of people transitioning higher than the aquatic realm, and as a result of people being too far below the aquatic realm, that the aquatic realm doesn't necessarily know how to offer assistance. And so the water energy has the hurricanes, tsunamis, those things, didn't necessarily know the human term for those weathers. We call them water weather in the Elfian realm. Because of that, there is this thing that happens to how the beings within the aquatic realm transition through time. It is very different, and the animal realm also transitions through time very differently as well because of their group souls. The aquatic realm's relationship with group souls is very different than the rest of the animals, and how they are experiencing time now, as well as they are also in that cusp of transitioning to divine feminine control. The female animal species tend to have more control over everything else except that leadership position, and there is going to be that switch in the animal kingdom as well. And we can see that as you as a collective group of humanity switch to the divine feminine control, that the divine feminine control, the true feminine control within each animal species, is going to switch and become more alpha-like, and that is shown in the canines and felines. That's where it is being shown the most right now. And there is a lot of independence within the feminine, but there is going to be a mesh of the divine feminine and divine masculine within the animal realm, both aquatic and on land and air, that are in the positive polarity. They are going to start blending together more, and the feminine will be having more of a control, more of a leadership role, even within the animal kingdom, to reflect how, as a collective group of humanity on Earth, and how, as a system in general, we are all transitioning back to that divine feminine control before we can transition to the true divine masculine control. The true divine masculine control is creation and true creation. How it will affect you as a group of humanity is you will be able to create without having to create the way that you used to have to create. You will be able to use your mind and create in the image of the source and guardian of Delta, where you just create, not through the animalistic way of creation. And the animals, how they will create will also be altered, but they will not be able to create in the same way that you as a collective group of humanity will. And so the way that you are currently creating more of your species will completely disappear, and you will start creating from a higher level when you reach the golden status. But until you get closer to reaching the new golden status, it will be this kind of in-between of how creation will happen. And that is all I have left to share on that point. Transition back to the communicator to see if there's any other Elfians she would like to turn to as a result of the things that we have communicated to all of you. Wow. I felt like I was moving. I could feel the time, how time works, how it flows. It's so flowy and boxable. It can't really be boxable. So I was like, my physical body was moving because they're constantly moving, and it's like it's so interesting how that felt. It felt like I was more at one with them, and that they had more of an access to how to interpret things in the human way of speaking. They were more in tune with me, the cosmic Elfians, which was very interesting. It felt like there was this oneness, and I could see exactly what they were trying to describe. I could see every single visual and vivid detail of what they were talking about and what they were showing, and the levels. It's like I could see the levels, I could see everything. That was very, very interesting. I don't know if there's any others that I'm gonna give a call to. I feel like they said a lot, and that's very very fun. I'm just kind of processing how that felt. Trying to think if there's anything that I heard them share that I would like elaboration on. Maybe I'll tune into the water Elfian elementals of maybe the water and aquatic realm. We can tune into both of those. Okay. Let's see. Yes. An Elfian animal healer of the whale group in the aquatic realm would like to communicate. They have a divine masculine energy, and they would like to discuss how the whale group can offer assistance to the transition to divine feminine control. I can also hear that a divine feminine water Elfian elemental would also like to speak about water weather when I am done channeling the Elfian animal healer of the whale group. And I'm okay with that. And you will be the final 2 Elfians that I directly channel today. Whenever you are ready, Elfian animal healer of the whales in the aquatic realm, you may begin. Hello. Divine masculine, Elfian animal healer of the whales. I particularly want to communicate something to all of you about orcas, about the killer whales, and how they can offer you assistance, very particularly them. And that is the image that I kept sending to our communicator, and she got the message. So good job, communicator. The orcas, they can offer you assistance because of their polarity energy, and they have been wanting to offer assistance to humanity. They do have this presence about them that gives them that name, killer whale, but we all do call them orcas, and we have heard that humans do start calling them orcas more. The only reason that they have that killer whale thing about them is because of their teeth, and because of how they consume food, and that's because they are cleansers. They are the cleansers of the whales. They are deep cleansers of the whales, even more so than the sperm whales or the blue whale or the humpback whale. These whales are cleansers, and they show the polarity on them, and they show it on them in the way that the color frequency of them is shown to humans. The polarity color translates in black and white, and black absorbs negativity and white brings positivity. And there are a lot of other animals in the animal kingdom of the positive polarity that do show the polarity on them and also show the yin-yang balance. One of them being the pandas, also a lot of penguins as well show that. And the penguins are a very special group where they are a part of the aquatic realm. We do consider them a part of the aquatic realm, but they do spend a lot of their time on land, and they can actually help humanity a lot. But I'm not the Elfian to discuss that. Later in the future, an Elfian would like to discuss that works with the penguins, and how the triangular energy translates to the penguin group. So the communicator, take note of that next time you do a direct channeling, that Elfian would like to speak through. Now I will continue speaking about the orca. The orca would like to tell all of you that by connecting to the color frequency of black and the color frequency of white, connecting to that absorbing of negativity, and then putting white right next to it to bring in positivity, setting up those little mini mantles, little mini altars, to help cleanse the negativity around you with all of these ascensions going on right now, having water around it as well, having a cup of water, a black candle, a white candle, lighting the black candle and watching as you look into the flame of the black candle, watching all the negativity leave you, all the negative imprints of the building that you're in leave you, all negativity leave, and then turn on the white candle and watch all the positivity flow through, and then blow them both out at the same time when they have reached 3/4 of the way burned, and then drink the cup of water. And that is how the aquatic realm, particularly the orcas, would like to offer you all assistance. We do use color frequency and water a lot to help heal the aquatic realm. Right now, with how the aquatic realm is ascended, we don't do as much healing, more guiding and communicating for the whales to all of you, and through all of the other aquatic realm beings to all of you, as they can't really communicate to all of you right now in a way that you will understand. But take some time to focus on the orca energy and visualize the orcas and visualize them coming and cleaning all the negativity. And you want to have water with you every time you do that. Water is their method of doing that. And they cleanse in the water, not physical manifestations, as those do not exist in the water, but they do cleanse the energy because the water absorbs a lot of different things. And to talk more about that, I'll transition to my friend from another domain of the Earthian Elemental domain to discuss that. Hi! Oh, I'm so excited to be talking to all of you guys. I have a divine feminine energy, and I am an elemental of water. And I want to tell all of you that water absorbs so much. Water picks up imprints, negativity, positivity, any energy that you send out there, whether it's spoken, whether it's the energy that you just radiate off of you, water picks it all up. And the water around you that you keep in your house picks up the energy that in a store, wherever the water may be stored, it picks up all that energy, and it's constantly cycling through so many different kinds of energy. And so I urge all of you to cleanse water before you drink it. Before you drink water, make sure that you are rebalancing the molecules of water, and you can ask us for help. Just ask the Elfian elementals of water to offer you some assistance in rebalancing the frequency of water so that you may drink it healthily.